Right now, a nearly finished Madison apartment building is ruled in violation of an ordinance. We examine what must come next before it can open.
Plus, Governor Evers says no to another request by Republicans to redraw the state's legislative maps.
And the Homeland Security Secretary defending his record as House Republicans look to impeach him over claims he's failing to manage the U.S. southern border. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. A controversial new development on Madison's west side has hit a roadblock, even though construction is almost done.
Arman Rahman talked to the unhappy neighbors and the city. He breaks down the uncertain future for the apartment building.
This mixed-use apartment building on Madison's west side is almost complete, but that hasn't stopped nearby residents from taking their displeasure with the city all the way to the Dane County Circuit Court.
It doesn't belong here.
Other neighbors thought so too. A group of 5 petitioners argued the building on Speedway Road was too large for the neighborhood plan. They also say the city allowed other zoning violations, including insufficient parking for the 31 apartment units.
They allowed an out that the city could do anything they wanted, regardless of the neighborhood plan. It wasn't like a variance. We have to prove a hardship. They could just make that decision.
Ultimately, the Dane County judge only agreed with the violation about parking, because the developer had planned to put 24 parking stalls for 31 units underground. The judge ruled that plainly violates zoning ordinances that a commercial block building needs to have parking at the back and side, and vacated the conditional use permit.
The Plan Commission didn't document their findings for why the conditional use met the requirements for the parking. This does not address the concerns of the neighbors. No, as you can see, the building is constructed. It is up. It is not going to be demolished.
The alder for the district, Regina Vidivers, says putting housing in more dense neighborhoods is necessary to combat climate change.
This will be market rate housing, yes. We need to have walkable, dense communities so that people have less need to rely on single occupancy vehicles.
I get that we need probably a lot of low-income housing. This isn't that. With a view of the lake over the golf course, are you kidding me?
But neighbors still think the developer got off easy.
I think they get treated with kid gloves. They win, we lose.
I reached out to the developer, Brandon Cook, with John Fontaine Realty for comment, and have yet to hear back. In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
City Attorney Michael Haas tells News 3 Now, as rare as this is for a nearly finished building, the developer was told they violated the zoning ordinance for parking and will have to apply for a new conditional use permit. But he says the judge's decision doesn't invalidate the process or change how they interpret parking regulations in the future. Well, Governor Tony Evers vetoed a proposal on new legislative drawn maps, a proposal that was presented by Republicans. It comes after the liberal-controlled state Supreme Court tossed the current drawn maps last month, calling them unconstitutional due to some incontiguous boundaries. An independent analysis found Republicans would retain majority in the Senate and Assembly under new maps, but those majorities would shrink. Because the governor and legislature are at a deadlock over how to draw the legislative lines, this means that we will likely see the state Supreme Court step in. That's a concern for Republicans, including Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, who said in a statement, quote, "The governor's action today only solidifies his trust in the Wisconsin Supreme Court to give him even more partisan gerrymandered maps for Democrats," end quote.
Monona police are investigating a carjacking from late last night where the driver was pushed out of their vehicle by a passenger who then took off in it. Officers tried pulling the vehicle over after noticing similarities to an earlier reported armed carjacking. When the vehicle slowed down, the driver was pushed out. They told officers they owned the vehicle and they were simply giving passengers rides. One of those passengers was his adult son. The vehicle was found later this morning, abandoned in Madison, and no arrests have been made. Mild temperatures remain across southern Wisconsin tonight. We head into tomorrow. We could see some sunshine as well. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti shares those details in his first warn forecast. Gary?
Hey, yesterday we had a little bit of sunshine, but today was a different story. We were stuck underneath the clouds, but temperatures are still mild. As we take a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam, you can see we had cloudy skies pretty much from sun up to sundown, but there wasn't much in the way of fog. A little bit of drizzle from time to time, and that was pretty much about it. And we probably will start to see some clearing later on tonight. Doppler track right now pretty much free of precipitation across Wisconsin. Fog, not an issue tonight. Visibility's at or above 10 miles. High temperatures today, Madison hit 40. Most areas were right around the 40-degree mark when the average high temperature should be about 27 degrees. Current temperatures now are in the middle to upper 30s. Madison right now sitting at 35 degrees, 36 degrees in Middleton, and 35 degrees right now in Oregon. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy overnight, but they'll become partly cloudy as we head toward morning. It'll be a little colder, low temperature dropping to 30 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a mild forecast, also one that's dry, at least through the middle of next week. Gary,
thank you. An arrest warrant has been issued tonight for a 59-year-old suspect wanted in a deadly hit and run from Friday night along the Beltline. Officers are looking for Jules Taman, who's been charged with hit and run involving death. They say he was driving a vehicle on the Beltline Friday night, hitting and killing 23-year-old Jaitaja Graham near the Fish Hatchery Road exit. Police believe Taman may have left the area. They're now working with state and federal law enforcement officials to find him. The Madison Fire Department sharing photos of a dramatic rollover crash, a rescue that happened yesterday morning near the Capitol Square. First responders found this sport utility vehicle resting on its side with a driver inside, unable to reach the controls to unlock the doors. Crews broke the back window of the SUV in order to get to a child who was stuck in a car seat. An adult driver was then freed by crawling through the front of the vehicle after the windshield was cut out. Both the adult and child were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A math teacher at La Follette High School has been charged with 2 felonies after his phone was allegedly found recording in the locker room of a UW Rec Center. An investigation into Jason Wu began last May after his phone was found in the locker room of the Nicholas Recreation Center. Officers say it was pointed toward where people regularly change, and it captured video of gym goers changing their clothes. Police were called. Their investigation into the phone led them to Wu. He admitted to police he was responsible for the recording. When asked about the matter, the Madison School District said it was aware of the incident but could not comment on a personnel matter. In Alabama, authorities say a 16-year-old girl opened fire inside a high school, shooting 2 other teenagers who were hospitalized.
This happened this afternoon at LaFleur High School in Mobile. Officers say the girl had gotten into an argument with a 15-year-old boy before shooting him. That bullet also struck a 17-year-old student. Both victims were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting sparked some chaos outside the school as parents began arriving to get their kids.
I actually left my job and flew here because my daughter was scared. She was in distraught. So as a parent, that was very disturbing to hear that there's a shooting at the school.
The girl, with the help of her parents, surrendered to police. Students were sent home for the day following the shooting. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only shooting on a school campus in America today. A 17-year-old student in Sacramento, California, was hurt after police say a 14-year-old shot him. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police found the suspect a block away from campus and arrested him.
Staying in California now, where video from earlier this month captured a woman hanging on for her life atop a car driving through downtown Los Angeles. Now, here's some important context here. Inside that vehicle was her French bulldog, which had been stolen right from her patio. She tried to stop the dog napper by blocking the path of the vehicle. Well, that's when the situation escalated.
So I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want the car to drive away, so I ran and stood in front of it, and they drove into me, and I fell on top of the hood and just started to grab on, I'm not letting go. And before I knew it, they were backing up and taking off.
And unfortunately, the story doesn't have a happy ending just yet. She eventually did fall from the vehicle, suffered minor injuries. The suspects got away. Los Angeles police continue looking for both the dog napper and the dog. House Republicans are moving toward the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas in a dispute over the migrant crisis at the southern border.
As Skylar Henry reports, the impeachment hearing comes as the Senate nears a bipartisan deal to tighten border security.
The battle over border security took center stage Tuesday on Capitol Hill.
Failure to secure the border has been so significant, so catastrophic, so egregious that Congress must now use its power to provide accountability.
For House Republicans, accountability means an effort to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of the southern border.
The actions and decisions of Secretary Mayorkas have left us with no other option than to proceed with articles of impeachment.
In 2 articles of impeachment, GOP lawmakers charged Mayorkas with willful and systemic refusal to comply with the law and alleged the secretary obstructed congressional oversight and failed to rein in record migrant crossings. Democrats accused the GOP-led panel of having no evidence of high crimes and misdemeanors.
The sham impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas is a baseless political stunt.
A majority in the House is needed to impeach Mayorkas. 2/3 of the Democrat-controlled Senate would need to convict him in order to remove him from office. The GOP effort follows unprecedented border crossing levels, which topped as many as 10,000 last month.
That's not all I can do. Just give me the power.
President Biden said there's nothing more he can do through executive authority and implored Congress to pass a border security deal. In a letter to the committee, Mayorkas defended the Biden administration policies, noting it has removed, returned, or expelled more migrants in 3 years than the Trump administration. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Elton John and his longtime songwriting partner Bernie Taupin are being awarded the Library of Congress's Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. John and Taupin have created numerous hits together over the years, including Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. The Gershwin Prize will be awarded to them at an invitation-only tribute concert March 20th in Washington, D.C. It will air on April 8th on PBS.
The countdown to Super Bowl 58 is on. With less than 2 weeks to go, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas is getting ready. Signage indicating the big game is near is going up all around the venue. Now, as the host this year, the city is expecting even more than the usual amount of visitors to Vegas. Many casinos and other locations around the city are also decking out the decorations for the February 11th game between the Chiefs and Niners. And don't forget, CBS is the home of the Super Bowl this year. See the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs right here. Sunday, February 11th, kickoff, by the way, set for 5:30. And more local stories are ahead at 10, including how Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County needs your help.
Mentors are needed to trim a long wait list. How you can make a positive difference in the lives of children in our area.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You were right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
The Monsters of Destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Redneck Rampage against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and the Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
What is that you're looking for? Because all the ladies want to know.
The brand new bachelor, Joey Grossaday.
Good luck and let the journey begin.
Plus, the CEO of the Recording Academy.
Do you have a favorite song?
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County is in need of new bigs.
The organization has about 200 students in need of mentor support. Caleb Frostman has been a mentor to a boy for more than 4 years. When they spend time together, they watch their favorite teams play, hang out outdoors, and cook meals together. He says he recognizes the importance of the program and how valuable the time they spend together is.
Sometimes it's just providing an ear. I don't always have the perfect wisdom to share, but being there to listen and to just be present and be consistent for a young person going through adolescence, I think is really important.
If you would like to become a big, submit a volunteer form online. We have the web address up on the screen for you. That is bbbsmadison.org.
Graduating high school seniors going to college will likely have less time to commit to a university. That's after a FAFSA fix will delay when they learn how much financial aid they'll get. The Department of Education revamped the FAFSA last year, but forgot to include inflation data, so it updated it, which has in turn delayed the processing. So colleges won't get that data until the first half of March. Because of the delay, students may not have their financial aid offers until April, and that leaves less time for applicants to compare other offers ahead of the May 1st decision day for committing to a college. If you're struggling to afford your rent, take solace in the fact that you're not alone. According to Harvard University, half of all U.S. renters are paying more than they should. That's defined as rent using up more than 30% of your income.
Police in Iowa are sharing video of 2 officers rescuing a buck whose antlers got tangled in a hammock. This is from Sioux City last Monday. Using the tree the hammock was attached to like a shield, officers cut ropes on the hammock until the thrashing deer was free and ran off. The Sioux City Police Department said in a social media post the officers' actions saved the buck from being euthanized. In Australia, a woman is recovering from some serious injuries after being attacked while swimming in the iconic Sydney harbor.
Now, authorities believe a bull shark is responsible for the attack. While shark sightings across Sydney's ocean-facing beaches are pretty common, attacks in the harbor are rare.
The last incident that occurred in Sydney Harbour was in 2009, and that was at Garden Island. But a bull shark was involved in an interaction with the Navy diver Paul de Gelder. Prior to that, the last one was 1963.
Last year, there were 14 reported shark attacks in Australia. 4 of them were deadly. With thousands of international visitors descending on Paris this summer for the Olympics, the city's public transport system is using artificial intelligence-supported translation devices. Metro agents will be provided with devices that can translate from and to 16 different languages. These devices will help visitors navigate through the French capital's network during the Summer Games. Not only does it benefit tourists getting helpful information, it's also likely to change the Metro workers' experience, giving them the confidence to approach tourists in the Metro, even if they don't speak the same language. Well, what if Gary were an Olympic athlete? What would be his sports? Hopefully, he's here to tell us along with his first sworn forecast.
Left out.
I was going to say bowling for you. They tried that in the Olympics.
They don't.
once.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, it's not an Olympic sport.
Well, we're going to protest that, Gary.
Well, they already have
Wisconsinites love their bowling. They'd love bowling in the Olympics.
That's true. We're probably the only ones around too. Oh well, maybe next year or next decade, I suppose, when it can come up. In our weather photo for tonight, this kind of almost looks like little bowling balls. These are snow rollers. Wendy Gerke sent this picture in. These were caused when we had that heavy, wet, sticky snow and strong winds. Starts little boulders of snow rolling, especially if there's a hill, and they stick together and they form, almost looks like a moonscape there. So if you have a good backyard or a front yard weather photo, send it to us through the First Warn Weather and Traffic app, or you can email it to us at firstwarn@WISC-TV.com. Try to take the picture horizontally if you can. Also let us know where you're at so we can give you good credit for that. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Dry weather through next Wednesday. Mild weather through next week, and the next chance of rain showers Thursday afternoon through Friday of next week. So we've got a nice spell of mild and dry weather. The fog, not as much of a concern. Visibility is at or above 10 miles from most of Wisconsin. The fog tonight kind of centered from western Iowa through central Minnesota. Some areas seeing visibilities less than a mile there. But as we take a look at Doppler track, really not much going on. There might have been a couple of flurries from Door County into the Fox Valley, but other than that, Wisconsin has been dry, and our high temperature trend over the next 10 days, the average high temperature right now, 27, goes up to 30 at the end of the 10-day period, but our high temperatures will be well above that, lower to middle 40s, upper 40s on Thursday. And I was just taking a look at some of the latest computer model forecasts, and it's possible these temperatures could be even warmer Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And even beyond that, the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures with the highest probabilities right over the Midwest. The western part of the country expected to be colder than normal. That usually means a pretty strong jet stream in between if you've got big dramatic changes in temperatures like that, and that puts the active storm track right through the center part of the country. So above normal precipitation is expected. For us, it's probably going to be in the form of rain from Thursday afternoon into Friday, maybe mixing with a little snow Friday night before that comes to an end. Planning your night, planning your day for tomorrow. Temperatures start out in the lower 30s. We'll see just some high clouds, especially as we head through the day. So there'll be some sunshine mixing on through. By noontime, temperatures will be up into the middle 30s, and look for afternoon high temperatures, very similar to today in the lower 40s. But farther out to the west, temperatures could reach the middle 40s over southwestern Wisconsin. Overnight, look for a low of 30 degrees. The skies become partly cloudy by morning, so just a little colder than last night, and then partly sunny for tomorrow. A little milder, high temperature at 41. Planning your day across Dane County, a high of 41 in Brooklyn, 41 in Windsor, 41 for the high temperature in Middleton. Just about everybody in the lower 40s. Farther out to the west, again, maybe a little warmer. 44 for the high in Lone Rock, 44 in Prairie du Chien, and La Crosse, maybe up to 46. Otherwise, first one, 7 to 10-day forecast. Temperatures well above normal, very little in the way of precipitation, even though there'll be a fair amount of cloud cover Thursday into Friday. The weekend might see a little more sunshine than what we have there, but notice those high temperatures well above normal. Even the nighttime low temperatures, these are warmer than the average high temperatures for this time of year, and really about the only chance for rain will be toward the end of next week.
And coming up in sports, ready for the road. Why beating Nebraska in Lincoln won't be an easy task for Wisconsin. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hy-Vee hot deals are burning hot. Green or black seedless grapes, just $1.99 a pound. Lots of Matza pizza, $4.99. And Frito-Lay party-sized snacks, just $3.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Choose FlexBuy on an Escape or Bronco Sport with 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, February 2nd through the 4th. Great RV show pricing, just up the road. Highway 51, Poinet.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meat.
The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning, weekdays.
Save every day with Hy-Vee Perks prices. Chiquita bananas, Hy-Vee Perks price 39 cents a pound. Hy-Vee butter, Hy-Vee Perks price $2.98. And Campbell's soup, Hy-Vee Perks price only $1. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
Everyone in the country has Sunday Showdown with Purdue circled on their calendars, but Wisconsin has another challenge to attend to first. A road trip to Nebraska where the Badgers will try and do something no other Big Ten team has done. Win in Lincoln. The Huskers haven't lost at home in conference play and are 13-1 there this season.
Most teams are a little different at home, though. You know, I think maybe they are astronomically, but most teams, if you look at them, they have a tendency to play a little better at home, more comfortable, you know, environment, energy from the crowd, etc. So I don't think there's anything schematically that's different. I think it's just, they're a very confident group at home.
Speaking of Wisconsin hoops, don't forget to check out this week's episode of Wisconsin Huddle. Tyler Wall stops by the show to talk about being number 6 in the country, winning in his home state of Minnesota, and much, much more. Show starts at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. High school boys hoops, Verona hosting Big 8 leading Sun Prairie West. Wildcats on the attack early. Trey Poteet kisses one off the glass for 2 of his 25 points on the night. But the game belonged to Chris Davis Jr. He averages 42 points per game. You can see why. The transition dunk cuts into that Verona lead. And then later, it's Davis Jr. again. This time, though, he shows off his range. 41 points for him. Sun Prairie West moves to 11-1 in Big 8 with a 99-85 win. Saying the Kohl Center is the place to be this weekend is a huge understatement. Not only is the men's Wisconsin hockey team renewing their rivalry with Minnesota, but it will be a top 10 showdown in Madison. The first meeting went the way of the Badgers to the tune of a sweep of then the #1 team in the nation. And when it comes to the border battle, there's only one word to describe it.
It's passion. And I don't care if you're talking hockey, football, basketball, whatever it ends up being. They're neighbors. And sometimes you get along with your neighbors and sometimes you don't. So it's a very important weekend, not only because of who we're playing, but when we're playing them this season.
High school boys hockey, Beaver Dam hosting Oregon with a conference championship on the line. Panthers down 1-0 in the third. Andrew Jakey dangles Deeks and then sellies after he buries home the equalizer. But the Golden Beavers would answer right back. Evan Burkhart backhands one home to light the lamp for his second of the night. And Beaver Dam beats Oregon 3-2 to clinch at least the share of the Badger Large Crown. And Jake Ferguson is heading to the Pro Bowl. The former Badger got the nod to replace George Kittle, who will be playing in the Super Bowl. Ferguson had a breakout season in his second year in Dallas, where he caught 71 passes for 761 yards and 5 touchdowns. Kenny Clark was also added to the Pro Bowl. He's the only Packer represented in this year's game. We're back after this.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs and campgrounds under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Get started on your tiling project now at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with the beauty and durability of tile from Mohawk. Mohawk features over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. Clean Protect Point Park tiles are $129 each. Complete your tiling job with professional quality installation products from Tech. Menards carries Tech mortar and grout to work with all floor and wall tile sizes. A 50-pound bag of Sturdyflex thin set mortar is $12.99.
Save big money at Menards.
Another
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sono Bello.
With Sono Bello, day one, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up. Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now. Tonight.
No, listen, folks, you take away immigration, all I can talk about is how low-flow toilets are giving windmill cancer to whales.
Colbert's New with Emma Stone, tonight on CBS.
With Valentine's Day a few weeks away, a New Jersey animal shelter is offering a unique way for heartbroken lovers to express their anger toward their ex. You can pay $50 to name a feral cat after your ex and then have that cat spayed or neutered. Oh, you'll be helping the animals while also sending a serious message at the same time.
Why bring the animals into it? They didn't do anything wrong.
Well, you don't want
I know it benefits you, Gary. I don't need
Do you want me to explain it to you?
Birds and the bees with Gary Canal.
Yeah, there we go. And the feral cats, too.
Final check of the forecast, Gary.
Skies are mostly cloudy out there, but no fog out there. Visibility's at or above 10 miles. Temperatures right now right in the middle 30s. Madison 35, Janesville's 36. 36 in Mount Horeb, 33 in Deerfield. Look for skies to become partly cloudy overnight, and tomorrow more sunshine with a high of 41.
He's the new Bob Barker, right? Thanks for joining us, folks.
Do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.